Hi, I'm Cindy Crane, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about marginalization. BusinessDictionary.com defines marginalization as the process whereby something or someone is pushed to the edge of a group and accorded lesser importance. This is predominantly a social phenomenon by which a minority or subgroup is excluded and their needs or desires ignored. So, the areas in which people are often marginalized are gender, sexual identity, socioeconomic status, and ethnic identity. So, the way I'd like to describe marginalization is as if we were writing a paper. And the center of the paper would be the actual document. And then the margins includes all of the things that can fit along the edge of the paper. So it's actually as if you have an 8.5 by 11 sheet and your 1-inch margins all the way around. So the main socially constructed aspects that are considered to make our bodies more socially acceptable are being male, white, heterosexual, and middle to upper class. So as folks stray from these what are considered norms, then we have the marginalization that occurs. Okay, so if someone is transgender, Chinese, working class, bisexual, Thai, homosexual, Filipino, unemployed, lesbian, androgynous, African American, homeless, Japanese, Hispanic, poor, Native American, and female. There are, of course, many other options. I just wanted to illustrate that all of these different aspects that are considered outside the norm are expected to fit within these margins, where being male, white, heterosexual, middle, upper class are provided the entire open body of the paper area. So straying from outside the norms creates a body that is going to be marginalized, that could be discriminated against. So as we multiply the number of items that don't fall within these specific qualities, then as we add on, so let's say there's a female who is Chinese, then we're going to have twice the chance of this person having some type of discrimination, or having the ideal that their body is not normative, that there is something that is essentially not right or not ultimate about who they are. So what needs to happen is that as these different items become more socially acceptable, and as we begin to embrace diversity and to bring in different norms and to create new norms that are inclusive and that begin to accept that everyone and their body does not have to fit within a very specific type of a model and of a pattern, then we have a more complete view of how the paper should look and of how we begin to bring the margins in and have less outliers and have more items that are acceptable, and we have more possibilities for what can be perceived as normal and what can be perceived as things that are acceptable to our lifestyles and things that are going to be perceived as being just as important, being just as included, and not having the needs and desires ignored simply because they fall outside of those norms. So hopefully, as we as a society begin to accept others and begin to bring others in and accept that all bodies should not be alike and that changes are necessary, then we can have a more complete picture of who people should be, and drop the expectations and be able to accept that we're going to have a lot of diversity and embrace that so that we bring that into our everyday lives. Thank you.